Hello and welcome back to another episode of Tinch's Garage, where today we're going to be trying to fix the frame a little bit on this 59 Ford, work on the brakes, and possibly get it to run off its own fuel pump. The frame's pretty shot. Let me show it to you. The frame's pretty shot. I got some angle and some square tubing, some scrap stuff. I'm going to just try and temporarily get it patched together so I can get it up on the lift. I just put a lift in my pole barn. And we'll be starting to use that more here soon. Right now we're in the little garage with the air conditioning because it's miserable outside. I don't have no AC in the big pole barn, but we'll just have to suck it up. This is the lift that we just put in. It's a 10,000 pound. I got the 10,000 pound lift because I've got some 3/4 ton diesel pickup trucks that I want to be able to lift up if I need to. Can't go super high with them, but better than crawling around on your back. And it came with, this was the shipping for it, so I'm just going to use that to patch that frame in. Well, let's get her jacked up and see what we got. Hopefully it don't break in half on us. Well, it must be stronger than it looks because it's got the back tire up off the ground. Find my other good jack stand. You can get a better look at how it looks. I mean, it's still got some floors in it. They're pretty bad on the corners. And in the front there, look how that's toasted. See, that side's not that, I mean, it ain't good, but it ain't that bad. The back's real bad. We could probably just, for now, cut this out. And then this is bad here. Maybe cut a square. Take this body mount off since it's not doing anything anyway. Plate this. Maybe, yeah, that's, look at that, that's bad. I don't know if there's anything good enough there to weld to or not. Probably not. We probably got to go all the way back to here. And then take this off and then put it back on later, or make a new one probably out of something. That's solid there though, and it's solid back here. Just where it was laying in the, it was, these two tires were flat. We put trailer tires on it. These two tires were flat, and this side of the, I guess it was sitting down in water. See, I mean, it's a boxed frame, so it's stronger than like just a regular C channel, so that probably why it ain't totally collapsed, because this top part's still pretty solid right there. Alright, let me get after it here to figure out what we're going to do. So what I think I'm going to do is, I'm going to take this piece, I'm going to take this body mount off, take this piece, until the bend starts. I'm going to cut me a relief cut right here and bend this, and it'll reach all the way back to this good metal here. And I'll just cut this low because this is still pretty solid up here, and then that'll allow me to tie this into here. And then I'll take this other piece I got and do the same thing on the back side. Although I don't really want to claw them up underneath of it, but it is what it is. We'll be alright. Once I get this front piece welded on, I won't be so worried about it, but I don't think it's going anywhere. It's on the jack stands right now, so I could probably just put it on the lift and dealt with it there, but this is all right. We'll get it halfway put together here. That way, at least we know it ain't gonna do nothing. Let's get after it. Damn, safety glasses keep fogging up on me. Looks like there's some mice living in the frame right there. That's nice. Oh yeah, that's what rotted it out. Micey mice. Mouse house. Right there. They're probably still in there. Oh yeah, it's gross. Nasty shit. You motherfucker. Chew! Chew! Nasty, smells like piss. That is definitely what rotted the frame out. I better put a mask on. I had one, but it's fogging up my glasses. Let me get this vacuum cleaner going. And let me go grab a broom and a dustpan, and then I'm gonna get that cleaned up, and then we'll get to cutting on that some more. All right, I got most of the nastiness cleaned up. See if we can't get some of this old metal, more of this old metal out of here. Probably gonna just cut the rest of this old rotten rocker out of my way so I can get up to here. Might be able to. Just cut it out. Just cut it out. Just cut it out. Alright, we're gonna get this frame cleaned up a little bit, and then probably cut some of this out a little bit more. Then we'll see about getting some new pieces in there. Where's my flapper? mean, the metal I'm using is probably overkill for what this thing's made out of. I could probably just, it looks like it's just like, this is way, way thicker. I got some thinner angle, but I don't know if it's long enough. Let me get a look at the other stuff I got to see. I mean, I'll use this if I got to, but it's way thicker than, well, I guess it'll just make it stronger. Just be, won't want to weld to each other that well. Oh yeah, that's plenty long enough. Plenty long enough. That might actually work better. But we could probably use this for the back. Or the... Oh, the bolt fell out. There's your body mount for you. What's left of it. Body mount chins and old bolt. You like that? Nice. Nice. I mean, that's really, it's pretty solid, besides this section and the back of it, and this, and that spot there, and this little spot right here. But other than that, it's mint condition. Mint condition. Let's do this. We'll use this. Okay, what I decided to do was I put the piece of metal up there and I traced it. I'm going to cut this all the way even. That way my new piece of metal can be like the regular frame. Then that way I can just, if I want to come back in here and cut this patch out. Then when I get it on the lift, I can cut this side out and put another piece of angle and just slip it in there like the factory would have done. And then this part's pretty bad too, but I can just patch that back in later with another piece and just weld up to what I got. So that's the plan. I was just going to overlap it, but I'm going to do it like that. I think it'll be better that way. I had to go get me some hearing protection. Forgot to get some earlier. I love welding on rusty metal. All right, I'm gonna go ahead and get this piece here cut out and clean this up. And I got this other piece of angle still scrap. I'm gonna scrap this in right here. And then I got some flat stock that I had laying around. I cleaned it up a little bit. I'm gonna put that right there and patch this whole side, and this whole side will be outside. The inside still needs to be done, but at least it'll be strong enough to, I mean, it's just like a C-channel frame now. So it should be plenty strong enough to put on the lift and not to worry about it. I mean, it was probably okay before, but better safe than sorry. So I'm gonna go ahead and cut this out, get this welded up. Then we're maybe work on the back frame rails a little bit. We'll see. I might wait to put it on the lift. But I got some new wheel cylinders and some hoses for this. I don't know if it needs pads or not, but if it does, I'll have to order some. I haven't taken it apart yet. I figured the wheel cylinders were bad because all the hoses, the one hose has a pair of vice grips holding it closed. So we'll see. All right, I'm gonna shoot some paint on this frame. I'm gonna probably call it a day after that and get back on this thing in the morning. Maybe work on that back frame section, or probably maybe take a look at the brakes since I got these two wheels up on this side. I got some wheel cylinders, some brake hoses. I got copper brake line, or copper cladded brake line if I need to make some hard lines. Then that's it. Let me shoot some paint on here real quick. Ain't the best welds in the world, but it's better than having the frame rotting off. That one up front's a booger weld from hell. It kept blowing out on me. But you can see that's way better than having a frame that's about ready to fall off. We'll get the other side tied into it, and hopefully it'll last another 50 years or so, 60, who knows. Well, we're back at it again today. My plan was to work on the brakes, but I'm waiting on brake parts. I got the pads should be here today, or the shoes should be here today, but the brake springs probably won't be here till next week. I might just go ahead and try and use all this hardware again. It's pretty old and rough, but But I got hoses and everything for it. But what I'm gonna probably do today is go ahead and give it a tune-up. Put new plug wires and plugs in it. I also got a radiator for it I'm gonna put in it. I got the frame on underneath the passenger side pretty well, good enough for now. And then after I get brakes on it, I'm gonna work on this part here. As you can see, that's pretty rough. I think I'm gonna go back to about right behind this body mount on both sides, and then just weld these spring perches on to the new metal. Maybe drill some holes and bolt it. I don't know. I haven't decided yet. The tank is junk. It's empty, but I'll probably just drop it, get it out of the way. This floor's in the trunk obviously is shot. Somebody was back here one time and put new brake lines on it, but who knows how long ago that was. But that's the plan for now, and we'll see. First thing I'm gonna do is put new plugs on it, and then Ford, on these old ones, they ran the wires down below. You can see where somebody tied off a plug wire with a piece of copper wire there, and they got, like, I guess some kind of bracket bolted right there. It goes down behind and up underneath. So that's gonna be probably fun to get to. Probably won't be that bad on the other side. And then we'll change the oil in it too. I'm sure it needs to be changed. I checked the well, it's got a generator on it. It ain't charging, so it's probably the regulator. I think that's it over there. And then I got a new master cylinder too, so I'll get to play some brake line roulette later. But we're gonna get after it. I'm gonna go ahead and get these brackets off this side. I think there's only one. There might be another one down here that hold these spark plug wires on. And then I'm just gonna change the plugs one at a time. I think I'm hitting the cap. I'm gonna take the cap off. Won't let you get this bracket off without taking the cap out. The wire they got hanging on there, that's for the back plug. I guess they didn't want to have to deal with pulling this bracket off either. I don't even know if you can reuse these damn things. They don't look like you can. I'll just put the new cap on here and swap these out as I go. It's got a little notch on it that lines it right up so you don't get it in the wrong spot. I guess if you cut and ran your own wires, you could run them through that piece right there, but we'll figure something out. This should make it run better. It don't run bad. It's definitely gonna hurt. Them plug wires on the other side look real cracked. It might actually be used to get to these damn plugs from the wheel well. Some Motorcrafts. Motorcraft. It's got Champions in it now. I think we were only running on 7 cylinders. Well, that didn't. Maybe that's what that's crazy. Huh. This is gonna be fun figuring these out. With them damn brackets on there. Well, that one, everything just deteriorated on it. Everything just deteriorated on that bracket. So course, they're gonna make this stupid bracket on here so you can't figure out what wire goes where. This is number 1 up here on Ford's, pretty sure. Ford's number 1's up on the passenger side front. Let me look up the firing order on this thing. Is it on here? Sometimes they're on the intake. 1548637. Yeah, this is 1, 2, 3, 4 over here. 5, 6, 7, 8. Counterclockwise distributor rotation. So it's going to go that way. So let's find 1. This is 1. Which is here. Which this is marked 1, so and that's where this one's at. So we'll just take all these off. Get the shit out of our way. So they got the cat marked, and it's in the right spot on the old cat. So we're just gonna go, and it ran, so we're just gonna go with that. Yeah, I don't think this thing was firing on all cylinders. Yeah, that's crazy. Like I said, I never really messed with these old Ford motors before. You're always learning something new. I got the car jacked up in the air, so I'm standing on the tire to reach it. Makes it a little bit easier. Because I was going to do the brakes, so I was getting it ready. And then my parts, you know how that is. Not going to show up in time. That's the only bad thing about buying them online is, but finding brake springs for this wasn't easy. I had to order them online. There wasn't no local places that had them. Damn. Yeah, that one's tight. That one is tight. There it goes. It's really not that bad on top. It's just the bottom little sections of everything. It had some kind of undercoating on it, but it peels off in sheets. Yeah, that one's bad too. How rusted the front of it is there. It'd definitely do good to put these in there. This car ain't gonna know how to act with all this. I mean, we got some other stuff we can do besides the brakes anyway. I got the ignition switch in there. I could put the ignition switch in it. The radiator. I wanted to get it to where I could move it on its own so I could drive it into the pole barn and put it on the lift. I'm working in here because it's in the 90s out and this has got air conditioning and the pole barn don't. So I'd rather crawl around on my back in air conditioning than be in the pole barn with the lift. So we got 1, 2, 3, 4, and the firing order is counterclockwise. So it's 1, 5, 4, which is where that one is. That's on number 4. I don't know how this thing was running. That wire must have just fell off or something because there ain't no way it was running that good on 7 cylinders. Alright, there's that side. I don't even know how this damn thing ran. Every one of these is cracked and broken, and the spark plugs are rusted all the hell and back. But it did. Well, that spark plug bracket's part of the throttle spring bracket. See right there, the throttle spring bracket and this spark plug bracket's part of the same thing. They got them routed in behind the dang. What is that, a draft tube on this? Yeah, I guess it would be. I don't think this has got a PVC system on it. Oh, dash oh. Alright, we're gonna fire up, make sure we got it in right firing order. Should be. Let me get everything reconnected.
It's good?
Oh, it don't need that. I got a fuel pump.
Oh.
I just gotta get everything reconnected on my doodads. I got the ignition switch. If you put the ignition switch in, it might you might be able to get it to kick off from the key.
Does it have the key in it?
It's got a new ignition switch with a key.
Oh. Oh, like if you just hook that one up?
Yeah. Put the new key, whole entire ignition switch in it with the new key for just the ignition.
Yeah. After I tried 10,000 Ford keys that were in this motherfucker. I think the smell's dissipating in here. Oh,
I put some of that Grandpa Gus's stuff to get the mice out anyway, or keep mice out of it anyway.
I'm just saying it don't smell real musky in the garage. Oh, that generator light's on.
Oh, I just hooked the coil up.
And it's quiet.
Carburetor still ain't quite right. Floating it down, I guess.
Yep.
Starter sounds fabulous.
Mm.
That ain't supposed to be doing that. Maybe I got it maybe I got the firing order off. I put it back where it was.
It was running really good for a second. They're idling good.
Let me double check my firing order. Give me that my phone so I can check the damn firing order on this thing. It's not the same as every other small block. It's all different.
It's Ford.
It's Ford. It goes 15486372. So it should be 1, and it's counterclockwise. 6, which is the second from the back one. Oh no, the second from the front.
Nope.
This,
see, look at the one I'm pulling on.
that's 7.
I know, I'm not the second one from the front right here.
Oh yeah, let me double check it. I might go backwards.
This guy's moving that wire on the 7.
I bet you that's what it is. I bet you I got the 2 plug wires backwards. Yep. Well, I might need to switch them up there because these wires ain't long enough. Them wires ain't long enough. I have to switch them up top. So I got 6 and 7 backwards.
I wanted to go there for a second.
All right, I'm gonna go ahead and cut off this muffler, and then we're gonna put some seafoam in the crankcase and maybe a little bit down the carburetor and let it run for a little bit. Then I'm gonna change the oil, because I'm sure that this muffler is full of mouse house, because you can see mouse house right there. All right, I got new blade, new battery for the camera, beer. So let's get this muffler off here. There we go. That's better. Let me get our door open here so we don't suffocate ourselves. And go over there and get everything hooked up. Some of this down in the carburetor. See, it's got a dead spot right there. This little piece right here is not returning all the way out. But this could be bent. This might need to be bent to where it's putting a little bit of pressure on it.
Think something me?
They ain't got the muffler on it no more.
Oh,
Cut it off.
figured. Probably full of mice anyway.
You can close that door now. I just wanted to get the oil hot enough to, when I went to change it, it'd be run through there. Oh no, it's fine. It's just thin. But I did just put seafoam in it too, so. Looks like the best filter ever. Frame. Not the worst. I don't think they really filter much. I don't know if this filter thing will work on this or not. I don't know if this has been off here in a while. Damn. you ain't lubing it to get it off. Crushing it. Let me get one of them other ones. The one you can use a ratchet on. Nope. Oh yeah, there it goes. They smoked that damn thing on there last time they put it on. They put it in the perfect spot to where you don't spill it at all. Yeah. In that bag right there, Jeffrey. This one? No, the bag, the Amazon bag. This bag, not the damn box. There you go. Oh, yeah. There's a Wix filter for this in there. Big boy. You can go around, so you ain't gotta carry my change. It's smaller than that other one, but it says it's for this car, so. That old damn seal ain't on there, is it? Yep, I think. Let me double check. Make sure there ain't no gasket still there. Nope. Hot Rod and Classic. High zinc. What you want? For old cars.
This one comes with cobwebs.
Oh, those are extra. Them give more lubrication. More. It's got a screen in it. It's just got a flat spot in the very beginning of it. I don't know. I think it's because the linkages is all worn out. But you can't adjust the air bleeds on it either because they're freaking frozen. I'll have to take it back off and just soak the air bleeds screws down and try and break them loose so you can adjust it. Alright, we're going to attempt to get this factory fuel pump running and see if it'll run off its own fuel system. Well, not fuel system, but fuel pump. And the fuel tank is garbage. So I'm going to put the factory hardline back on and then connect the boat tank to it. I'm just going to crank it without having the coil hooked up, just so I can see if I can get that fuel pump pumping. Yeah, I think that factory original fuel pump might be shot. We got two other old ones. I ought to just order a generic one, just so we ain't got to use the old clicky clacky there. But we can use that to move it if we got to. Have to hook it back up the way I had it. Well, I finally got my brake parts. They came today, actually early, but it's pretty late in the day. I'm gonna go ahead and get this radiator drained down, get this pulled out. I might do some other little things, like maybe pull this master cylinder off if I can get that to break loose without breaking anything. I tore the cap off of it, trying to get it apart. You can see it right there. And it's as dry as a bone, so it ain't had brakes in a long time. I'm also going to maybe, what I want to do is degrease the motor also. Paint the valve covers, maybe paint the block a little bit. I think they're red and black black block and red valve covers and air cleaner, but I don't have the air cleaner for it anyway. So we'll probably just have to figure out some generic air cleaner for it. I got an ignition switch for it I'd like to put in it. And it came with the car. That way we can just do it from the key from the inside. I got some gear oil for the transmission, but I still think the clutch is shot, but I'm gonna change it anyway. And probably if I want, after I get all the brakes and everything done, maybe we'll take it up on the lift and pull the transmission out and put a new clutch in it. I haven't decided if I want to do that or not yet. Probably pull the carpet out, patch, you know, the floors just butch style, not freaking right, because the car ain't worth doing it right. Patch the trunk up with some sheet metal just so there ain't holes in it, which there's a lot. The trunk torsion spring is not broke, but it's not on it. So the trunk weighs like 1,000,000 pounds. So I'd like to see if I can't get that on. I'm gonna look at the other one we got and see how it's routed. Take the trunk deck off so it's easier to put the spring back in. And maybe build a battery tray for it, because that one's, you can see that one ain't no good. Right there, it's pretty bad. And I ordered a fuel pump for it to replace this one, you know, just a Chinese one. But all you can get anymore anyway. And that's probably about as far as we're gonna take it. I'd like to be able to get it to where you can drive it around the yard, at least maybe even take it down the road. If I got, but I'll have to probably put a clutch in to do that. So we'll see how it goes. Let me get to working on this, getting this radiator drained down and pulled out. If this will come loose, which I doubt it. I doubt it, but we'll see. Might just pop the hose on it. Oh, there we go. It actually came loose. That's a great spot for that. Right on top of the frame rail. It's nice green antifreeze, so I was hoping to reuse it, but might not be able to after it runs through all this rust. Let me see. It's not bad. Some kind of little tab on it. That one does. I mean, you could probably fix this radiator if you wanted to. I'm just going to throw a cheap aluminum one in it. But we'll let that drain down. We're going to let that drain down, and then I'll probably clean up the cross member, get all the vacuum out from underneath down there. Maybe degrease the motor, and then maybe start working on the brakes. Work this back and forth a little bit. Clean the threads out some, and maybe heat the bolt up a little bit. I got that electric ratchet. Seeds. I gotta take that bottom hose clamp off still. They made the damn band out of stainless, and they made the damn bolt out of just regular metal. That's alright, I got it.
Got that good taste to it.
Yeah, that good rat poop. You can see how rotted the bottom of the core support is. I'm gonna have to think about what I'm gonna do about that. I might try and fix it or just half-ass it. I think I'm gonna go ahead and take these valve covers off and get them sanded down and paint them. And I want to see what the inside of the motor looks like. Well, we got a few beers in us
And some paint.
and some paint, and we ended up painting the whole engine bay, the engine block. We cleaned the valve train out.
I'm still working on that.
We painted the fan. I had some real
Super old. It's cool.
old paint, old heat resistant paint. Some old Martin and from Napa. Old paint.
I can't believe
I've had it's been here since I bought my house. I got the valve covers painted. I'm gonna get them on after they dry, and then we'll hit it in the morning working on some brakes. Good morning. What you can see what we did last night, we cleaned the valve train up pretty good. I sprayed some paint on the motor. I got the valve covers painted, but then I put a little bit more paint on them this morning. I think I'm gonna try and build a battery tray, so we got a place to put the battery. I'm gonna make it as a battery box. I'm gonna make it 8 by 13, and then do a triangulated down to the other, make another triangle piece and weld it to it. I'm gonna take my grinder wheel and I'm just gonna score this a little bit so it's easier to bend. one battery tray. Might need to tack a couple holders over here so the battery don't slide that way. But we could drill holes and drill a hole here and put a J hook in it and put a battery hole down on it. Just like that. My bead rolls are crooked, but it'll be alright. It'll be the only part on the card that won't never rust. Yeah, I think that'll work a little bit better than that. For now, I'm gonna put a drill hole here and drill a hole back here and put one of them universal battery hold downs on it. Well, we're back at it again today. I got my new valve covers on. Not new valve covers, I have newly painted valve covers. So it looks a little bit better in there. Little Rust-Oleum rebuild or whatever you want to call it. We did clean a bunch of gunk out of the valve train. It wasn't bad. I mean, it's for how old the motor is. I built the battery tray out of some scrap stainless I had, and I did just get a Chinese fuel pump, so I'm gonna go ahead and get this on there. That way we can get it running off its, not have to use the electric fuel pump. I don't think the tank's any good, so we'll still be running off a boat tank. And then after that, I'm gonna probably start working on the brakes. I ordered a dual pipe master cylinder, and it'll be here tomorrow. So I'll probably just do all the rubber lines out the bottom and do all new shoes and hardware, and then when I get that dual pipe master cylinder, I'll run a new line up to it. I got an adjustable proportioning valve, so I can split it to the back and then to the front, and I got some T's, so I'm gonna run a new line across here, and a new, because it's not that much. I think somebody's already put, well, not recently, but somebody's put new lines on the back, and they might have ran one all the way to the front, but I'll probably just run a new one all the way to the back from the front also. Go inside and see about getting that ignition switch wired up. I got the ignition switch. I'm gonna go ahead and get it wired in so we can just use the key to start it instead of having to have a jumper. Hopefully the wiring all works. Lights were coming on when we backfed it, so it should be good. Just do them one at a time, that way you know you got them in the right spot. Let's see if it works first. And I need a new light. Well, that works. Now we started with the keys. Well, we got that in there. Let's see what all, hook the battery up and see what all lights we got on this thing. Get the oil and generator light. That's headlights. Where's the... This thing's dead. We got brights. Well, we got headlights anyway. Yep. It's a little stuck. Oh, it's stuck. There it went. Just needs to be lubricated. There. Oh, nope, that's broke. Oh, we got a turn signal. Ooh, we got 2 turn signals. That one ain't working now. Yep, that's on. We got front turn signals, maybe. Yeah, we got a turn signal there. And we got one front and one. We got one front right and one rear left. Just some bulbs, probably. That's the lighter. Let's see if that works. I don't hear the fan blowing. Don't feel that either. Well, now we can start it with the key. So that's good. Just leave that in there. I'm probably just gonna say I didn't see that and throw this radiator in and get the brakes working good enough. I call it good enough. All right, I think I'm gonna go ahead and get started on these brakes. I'm gonna start by pulling. I'll probably do the driver's side first so I got reference on this passenger side because the driver's side's missing springs. So that way I can just go and reference that side. I'll probably pack the bearings while I'm in there, just because I'm already there. So let's get to it. Yeah, I think that wheel cylinder might be bad. I'm gonna say that adjuster's locked up. We're gonna have to soak that down. Gonna get the other pin out of the shoes here. It's been sitting like that for a long time. Yeah, those need to be repacked anyway. Most of the real big sockets I got are metric. That's on there kinda. Damn. Oh, fun. Put some heat to her. I'm gonna say that's gonna be hot. That's going to be hot. Oh, you think them been on there for? What are they? Oh, Vice Grip brand. Huh. Oh, they're locked up, but we'll just let them sit. Take a wire wheel of that, clean it up a little bit. Looks right. Hopefully that line won't be too hard to get on there. Nope, well that just broke off. And they didn't come with new one of those. I don't think we're gonna be able to get one of these tabs to not break. Yeah, it broke too. Huh, well, I don't even know if you can buy them. Probably can, but we'll just put some thread locker on it, I guess. Let me get a new light while I'm at it. I guess since we're in here, we might as well take this out and repack it. And then we can put the brakes back together if we can get this adjuster nut broke loose. I don't know if I got another one of these or not. Let me get this piston thing off here. Clean it up. I do have a bench grinder, but I don't have a wire wheel for it. Better than it was. Where's the other one at? Oh yeah, them definitely need some grease in them. Yeah, we're just putting that back in there. It'll work. It'll work for who it's for. Get us a little something to soak them in. While they're soaking, we'll work on these brakes. Get this dirty little paint mixing cup. Let them soak in that degreaser. We'll clean them out with some brake clean. This is going to be the fun thing to try and get freed up. Go put it in the vise over here and see if we can get it broke loose. Where did I just set it at? There it is. Oh, fun. This is part of it. Always running into shit like this. Especially on these cars that are been sitting for a long time. And from the north, I guess we're like Midwest. There we go. Little heat is all she needed for this side. Sure, the other side's gonna be the same way. Woo, it's warm. Well, I got that freed up. It's still hot. We're letting them bearings soak. And let me wipe this axle off, and then we'll, or spindle, and then we're gonna get on the brakes on this side. When you're doing these, you do big to the back. That's your primary shoe. Should probably put some brake grease on them. Huh? A little bit of brake grease ain't gonna hurt them. Are these the right? I don't know if these are the right springs or not. They were for this car. Let me look at the other side. This one was missing pieces anyway, so who knows? Yeah, I don't know if this one goes to this brake. The other side doesn't have it. They had it up here. Maybe they were using it. I think that's part of a back brake. We'll save it. This is for your adjuster right here. This goes down here. Look, see how the other side's put together again. They're similar, but they're not exactly the same as what came out of it. Who knows? They might not even be the right springs that were in it to begin with. And this side didn't have these on both sides of that retainer spring either. This is pretty, it's pretty beat up, this is. It's chipped out here, but it needs to be sanded inside. I'm not buying new ones for it because they'll work for this. Yeah, that other one had, or this one had this spring here coming across, almost like for a self-adjuster. But I don't think these cars were self-adjusters in 59. I know my 51 ain't, but I'll clean this up with a wire wheel at least. Good enough. Good enough for who it's for. Good enough for this car anyway. I'm hoping you can get that line on there. I'll go ahead and see if I can. Grab them lines real quick. The skinnier one is the front. It's 5/8 for that. Let's see if we can fit our line wrench back here. Might just have to use a regular wrench. Now we know to put it on the, slide it through and thread it on there and then feed it in. It might work easier that way. I gotta turn on it, it'll be alright. And it just goes to there. We'll set that like out here. That's pretty bad there. Let's see if we can't clean this up. Right here. See where it's caked in grease? The line's like brand new. That's how my 51 was. It had so much grease on it, I cleaned the line off in the front and it looked perfect. There was nothing wrong with it. Shiny, brand new metal. Original. See if we can't get this one broke loose. We can probably get a socket on that. Yep, there's the fuel line there. It's still shiny too underneath of that. That's what shows you if you do that, what's that stuff, O&HU oil spray for them cars in the north. After everybody does oil spray their cars, oil-based undercoating, they never rot. So that wheel seal's perfectly fine. It's still soft. See when these were last messed with. These are Bauer USA. Oh yeah, they're fine. They just repack them. I don't know who still makes stuff in the USA that makes bearings. I think Timken might. I thought they went overseas for a little bit, but I thought I was watched something where they were one of the other shows. They were talking where they started making them in the US again. Or they're gonna start making them in the US again. Yeah, I'd say these are probably, I don't know if, nah, this wouldn't be a ball bearing car. Yeah, they ain't got no flat spots in them. Looks like somebody might have painted this one. Unless it just got hot and discolored it. We'll save that for the other side. Let me get some bearing grease. Get some brake clean, spray them out, and get some bearing grease, and we'll get them packed and put back in. This is how y'all do your bearings. Get you a big old dollop, start forcing it in. I know they make tools for it. We'll clean that later. Only bad thing about doing this stuff on YouTube is can't listen to music. Let me get a new cotter pin and a pair of channel locks, and we'll set this in it. Get her set. That's my big wrench. All right, let me clean this rotor or drum up a little bit with some wire wheel and a piece of sandpaper, and then put her back on there. And then I'm gonna get that off, and I'm probably gonna end up running new lines just to be safe, because they're probably as rusty as the car is, so I'm sure. That should be good. Well, brand new. I'm gonna go ahead and get the rest of the brakes, all the drums and all the new shoes in them, new wheel cylinders, new hoses, and then when I start to do the lines and the master cylinder, I'll bring you back. When I was working on the wheels yesterday, this wheel cylinder's got a tear in it right here, or the wheel seal. So I ordered a new one that'll be here today. I got the brake line or the hoses on and everything else, and then I got the other side. I got the bearings packed and everything in it. After I get the master cylinder today and the wheel seal, I'm gonna put this back together. Then I'm gonna work on running new lines to the dual pot master cylinder I'm gonna put in it. And then for now, I'm gonna go ahead and take the back wheels off and go ahead and redo the brakes on them and put new wheel cylinders in them, put new hoses on there. It looks like somebody had ran new brake lines probably not too long before they parked it. So those, I might be able to just use those and just have to do the fronts. Maybe put a union fitting to extend the rear brake line to come up to reach the proportioning valve. And then after we do that, we be able to get the radiator in it, and we should be able to pull it out of here. Take it, if we can get it in the gear. We could start it in gear, but it might kill it, because I'm pretty sure the clutch is bad in it. But I'm gonna put gear oil in it too to make sure it's got enough gear oil in it, because sometimes that'll keep it from shifting. I don't know if anybody wants to hear me talking while I'm doing brakes. I already showed them how to do the front ones.
They're the same on the back?
Yeah, on drums they are pretty much. Nice spider eggs for you. It is a rot box. It's so rotten there ain't nothing magnetic left. Yeah, these brakes back here haven't done anything in a while. Yeah, this car's pretty bad. It's pretty bad. Y'all see how bad? You want to see how bad it is? You can see through it. All over the place. Waste of my life. Well, we got our master. I still got to change the rear hose going to the rear axle. I'm gonna go ahead and pull this front old single pot master cylinder off and see what we got to do to make this one work. I don't know if, I think we can just use the bottom bolts and they should be fine, but we'll find out. And then I'm gonna start, and then I'll bench bleed it and then start running some lines for the front and extend this back line up. I got this little It's like a proportioning valve, but it's also got a plug-in for brake lights, because these are hydraulic brake light switches on these cars. And you can dial down the back brakes. I'm just gonna make me a couple loops, and you got to feed 2 feeds for the front brakes and 1 in the back for the back brakes. All right, what I'm gonna do on this is I'm gonna cut this shaft down, the pedal shaft, to go into the back of the master. I'm gonna cut it down 1 inch and then just round it off, and it'll make that work. I got this brake flaring tool. It's like a little 2 operation thing. You set it, it's got like 1 first positions. It's like operation 1, then operation 2, and it's got these different dies. This is for 3/16. And so what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna give me some lines made up for the passenger side to come across to the driver's side up, all to that junction block, the proportioning valve. And then I'm gonna bench bleed the master, and then I'm gonna mount it all together. But when I'm bench bleeding, I'll bring y'all in on it. Nice thing about that copper line is it's real easy to bend, and we're not going for perfection. I think I got some of them zip ties that'll plug into them holes. Or I might have some of them little loops. Yeah, the metal clips that was on the factory brake lines are all broke.
Copper brake line?
Yep, copper brake line. Well, copper cladded. How do I want to come in here? Does it have another retainer right there? These damn cheap ones, man. They don't want to.
Chinese?
Well, they're all made in China, but they just don't. The magnets ain't real strong on them. This ain't gonna be professional. It's gonna be
Good enough. That's his great name. No, good enough.
I don't have one of them real good hand flares that you can do on the car. I got a good one for doing over there. One of them cheapies. Oh, they're not expensive. You can get them off online. I don't know if I got enough brake line. I got some other brake line, but I think it's 1/4 inch. It's at 3/16. All right, All right, I got the master cylinder mocked up. I got my proportioning valve right here. I've already got a couple of the lines ran from the front wheels. I just used that copper cladded line. I still got to strap that to the cross member there. And then I got to connect this one to that existing rear line with a union fitting. And I got to make up a couple lines to go from the master to this, and then wire the brake switch in to this brake switch. And we should be able to have brakes after that. So I'm gonna, you can see me? Blip, blip, blip. I'm gonna run a line from here. This is the small reservoir, so it's for the back. That's the back line. That's the front. I already got all the lines connected. Then I'm gonna bench bleed this on the car. I'm just gonna pre-make my lines now, and then I'm gonna go ahead and bench bleed this. I gotta cut down the rod. I gotta cut the rod down 1 inch so it doesn't engage prematurely. Put pressure on the back of the master. Also gotta change that rear brake line out. The rubber line going from the hard line to the axle. And that's it. The brakes are done. My son's changing the gear oil on the transmission right now. I don't think that's gonna, it had gear oil in it, so that's not keeping it from shifting. It's the clutch. We'll get it on the lift if we want to put a clutch in it or not. So let me pre-make these lines here for this, and then we'll bench bleed this master. Just bench bleed it on the car. I'm gonna get inside and slowly pump the pedal. Get some rust on you?
Yeah.
That's probably good enough. All right, you might not want to be down there when I go to do this, just in case this thing starts running fluid down real bad. You up from underneath here?
Did they give you the fittings with that kit?
Some of the fittings came with the brake line, and some of the fittings I had already. This didn't come with nothing.
Oh, good.
No. That was just a GM style 1-inch bore master cylinder. Oh, did I flick brake fluid on my freshly painted valve covers that it's going to take the paint off of now? patinaed. I gotta rewire this. We got the new radiator in. We got our brakes all done. We got them bled. I got the proportion valve. I still gotta wire up the brake switch for the brake lights. We're getting ready to put some coolant in it. We put a little bit of water in it already. And then we're gonna fire up and get her up to temp. It don't matter if you spill it. We still got that flat spot right at the beginning. Oh, that's good. Oops. A little bit, but not much. Well, you're gonna have to let the thermostat open up and draw it in.
Be able to get more in there.
Yeah. Exhaust leak. Yeah. It's got exhaust manifold leak. I bought a cherry bomb for it. I just ain't put it on there yet. Because it needs some kind of exhaust. I'm just going to dump it before the tire. Generator don't work. Generator light's on, ain't it?
Yeah, it is.
Bet you it could be the generator. It's probably the voltage regulator. Probably just got a temp light. Does it got a gauge? Oh, does it? We got that temp gun around here somewhere. Yeah, I don't think the thermostat's opened up yet.
Thermostat might not work, right?
Well, it might not, but it ain't even up to temperature yet. I mean, it's only at 150, 147. It probably don't even open up till it's 180.
The thermostat right there on the top.
Yeah.
Oh, it's easy to change it. You
Yeah.
don't lose everything. You lose what's in the tube.
Yeah.
But I guess if you turn it up, you would.
Yeah, you just drain it down a little bit. Yeah, this is wonky. It's all messed up. It needs, that shaft is messed up. I might end up putting that Chinese one on there just because of this part. I don't know if you can even fix that. That big fan, turn that fan on back there. That's as long as this thing's ran in at least 15 years. Sounds like it's got a miss every once in a while. Like a pop, I don't know. Radiator's getting hot. Says it's about 85 degrees. Feel hotter than that?
Feels way hotter.
Yeah, I mean you can touch it though. 96 the water is. Still getting air out of it.
It says it should open up at in between 165 and 180.
Yeah. It might be open. No, it ain't got no clutch. It's overflowing a little bit. Well, we got it outside. The transmission, you can't shift it. You can slam it, but as soon as you got the brakes to slam it in the gear, it wants to kill itself. So, I mean, you can shift it. It's got gears, so I can sit there and slam it in the gears if it's on stands or something, and it works. All the gears work, but the clutch is gone. I reupholstered it. No, just kidding. That's just a shipping blanket, so you ain't got to sit on the nasty seats. My next plan for this is I'm going to get it into my pole barn on the lift, fixed the rear frame rails, and I'm probably going to order a clutch and just drop this transmission out. And I'll probably patch the floors with some scrap stainless or metal. I got a bunch of stainless steel from doing commercial kitchens laying around, so that'll be on the next video. We're going to start doing that. Then after I'm done with this and got it to where you can drive it around, I think I'm going to work on my 80 Cutlass, getting the motor in it. I got it in the on the stand in the pole barn now, and I got a gasket kit for it. I'm gonna order a water pump and a timing chain for it because I'm sure it needs it, and that'll be the next project I'm gonna start working on. But I did order a dual pipe master cylinder for my 51, this right here. The stance is pretty good. I think I might end up putting those blocks in the back and getting it sitting flat. But so when that gets in, I might pull that into the pull this out and pull that back in and just change that, put a dual pot on it, just to make it a little bit safer. And then later on, if I wanted to, I could put disc brakes on the front, make it a little bit better stopping. The master cylinder I put on that, they sold a kit for it for like $200 something, but you can get the same parts online separately for like $100. So I just did that and ran my own lines. So it can have disc brakes put on it if it needs to be. But that's the plan for now. Please like and subscribe and share. I appreciate it. See you next time.